I don't know. For me, I focus on the fact that it's a wide-scale economic initiative, and it's something that businesses refine and they build efficiencies into the system, and the bottom line is making it as cheap as possible for them to do it. And there's no real consideration for sustainability or, I don't know, kindness. So
it's just like the whole thing is secretive, and I don't like being lied to about where my food comes from.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that I think it's a problem with the way that business is conducted in general. I don't think it's specific to the fact that animals are involved, but the fact that animals are involved brings an element, or it invites a consideration of kindness and empathy that is absolutely missing, because it is like any other widespread corporate effort.
I forget there's a word for that phenomenon where you like make up a new word to hide what's actually happening, and that happens with animals all the time. Like chickens become broilers, or like you remove the animal element from it and it just becomes the product. Removing any aspect of thought or like capacity for feeling or emotion from something that has it.
I think it's becoming desirable and important to have local and responsibly raised food, and the further you get into it, the more you realize that animals can never really be responsibly raised and killed.
I think that people who I've come into contact with, when like they hear that I'm a vegetarian or a vegan, they are much more willing to listen to the environmental argument. So I think that the internet is a huge tool to disseminate information that there's not going to be a way to ignore it much longer. No.
Yeah, I think the frustrating thing about it is that environmental reasons are commonly cited because they at least appear to be the most rational reasons to become a vegan or a vegetarian, but or to even care about animal rights. But the frustrating thing for me, I think, is that for whatever reason, improbably, climate change is still up for debate. Like, it's still people are still wondering about the science, questioning the science, and 99.9% of scientists agree on this, and I think it's time we move on. And maybe once we accept that as a real pressing issue, then it might become more important to other people. But
especially in Texas, where there's a lot of cattle production and meat production, and the culture is definitely dominantly meat eaters. I think having a symbol like this sanctuary to say that there's another way to go about living your life is critical. I mean, there's over 300 animals here, and I think if you asked any one of them if it was making a difference, they would all heartily agree, absolutely. Like, this is a place where life is allowed to happen, and I think that we need more examples of it. It's like a pinnacle for other places to look at, and
people who visit here get one-on-one time with the animals. You know, a pig will run up to the fence and start snorting at them, or
like Megan.
Yeah, there's a pig back there named Megan, after Megan Fox, and she's big and funny, and she'll roll over immediately on her side for you to pet her belly.